live. There. We are live.
I open up going live with a yawn.
It's okay. Nobody can see you.
Oh.
Feel like doing Spider-Man song. Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Does whatever a spider can.
We got a couple viewers. Oh, got the wrong button pushing. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to Sewing a Pillowcase Part 2 on 2 for Tuesday with John
I'm back.
at my sewing room.
Oh.
Hi, Carol. Nice to see you. So, John, was it 2 weeks ago we started by embroidering
Yes.
on your pillowcase cuff?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago we did the embroidery.
And what's happening tomorrow?
Tomorrow was your clutch peg, wasn't it?
Do you have an anniversary?
Oh, you mean for me personally? Yes, actually, tomorrow is my 9-year anniversary. So
That's so exciting.
that is exciting and terrifying.
Well, we are going to have these pillowcases made up for you and your partner, and it is going to be awesome.
I'm excited.
I am so excited too. First time on a sewing machine.
Oh.
This has turned out great. I'll give you guys a preview of what we have going on here. Hi, Teresa. Nice to see ya. All right, so we already finished up. Oh, our splash screen is up in there, and we're crooked. Let's fix that. Oh, goodness. Chaos. There we go. So we already made up one of John's pillowcases. We used the Tula Pink line.
Daydreamers.
Daydreamer. It is beautiful and rainbow and just gorgeous. So last time we were here, we embroidered your name. And we stitched this up just to give a sample so we know which way we want the other pillowcase to face.
Yep.
Because when you approach the bed, you want one name on one side and one name on the other side.
You don't want to hide one of them.
No, that would be very weird styled bed, unless you're like laying sideways with your pillow sideways.
Oh.
All right. Well, we have a slightly different color combo under here. It's the same line, so it's also beautiful, but it's a little bit different.
It's reversed.
I like it.
Oh.
All right, let's see how we should set this up, shall we? Well, it turns out really beautiful. All right.
I know this is the one for Mike, but I actually really like how this color looks right now.
Maybe we made the wrong pillowcase. All right. So we actually only have 3 pieces of fabric to sew. We're going to sew them a few times, mind you. But there's only a few pieces of fabric left to make this go together. Is that how that went?
Yep.
Did we have the name on the upside? This is why we made one and then the other.
Yep. Top of the name in.
I have it upside down, I think. Nope, no, I have it right.
Yep.
We got this.
Oh.
It'll start at the other end.
It just looks upside down because you have it this side folded over.
Yes, this is true. We'll put that back. Okay. We'll put that back. So, we'll move this one out of the way. We're going to make this pillow opposite. Because Mike's on the other side of the bed. We can't both sleep on the same side. We don't fit.
Definitely not.
So, the pieces we have left are a nice big cuff piece, a trim piece, and our sack. Well, maybe we should do the sack first so we can do some starting and stopping.
Makes sense.
That sounds so fun.
Get the big one out of the way.
Has anyone else here ever started and stopped on a serger properly? I know we have tails, which tails are okay too. But a start gives us a nice, clean, tidy finish. And that's where we're going to leave on the ends of our pillowcase. just on the inside. That way we don't have a bunch of tangles. So we'll flip this guy inside out, just like that. And now, John, do you want to use pins or clips today to hold this together?
I think I'm going to be more of a clip person.
Okay. I like that idea too, because a clip will get knocked off before we run it over with a serger, and a pin will just dig into our knife. And then we get a chip on our knife, and our knife has to go see the doctor.
Oh.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll line up the end of our sack. John, could you clip that? Scoot it down a bit so we can see the whole thing. So when he's clipping, he's making sure he's getting both layers.
Keep everything nice and lined up.
Good thing he has long arms. I do not have long arms. I'll bring the other side closer to you when we get to that side. All right.
Yeah.
You like that amount of clips?
I think 3 should hold it pretty
Okay.
decently.
This is our folded side. So we're just going to also sew along that side. So we're going to sew around our closed end and our closed side. And we're going to leave one end open, which is over there.
To put the pillow in.
Yeah, we definitely need a hole for our pillowcase to go through. Or a pillow to go through. So we'll just make sure we're all lined up nice and even. Did you tell Mike that he's going to get a beautiful pillowcase?
I did not. He knows that I'm making one here for the show.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He has no idea that I've put either of our names on either of them, or that I'm doing another one for him as well.
Oh my goodness.
So.
I'm so excited.
Oh.
We'll keep the secret. I'll hold this end together for you so it doesn't come apart. Fabulous job. So we're just sewing like a nice straight line here, so we don't need a ton of clips. And if they go upside down, that's okay too. It's aight.
Yeah, I kind of flipped them halfway through on that one.
Awesome. So we'll do this in 2 parts. We're going to sew this on a serger. We're using the Bernina L450 serger because it's going to be incredibly easy to start and stop on it, because it has what you call a rolled hem lever. What this lever does is it actually pulls our stitch finger out of there, allows us to pull our threads back through our machine, and then we can actually flip our threads around to the front of our needles.
Okay.
It sounds complicated.
Very.
I promise it's not. There's just a few steps.
Okay.
The number one thing is don't forget to put your foot back down, your presser foot.
Okay.
We definitely want to do that. All right, so let's move to a close-up. Close-up, there we go. All right, so we're going to start on our little short end here. So I like to start with the end that I want to be beautifully finished, because personally I find it a lot easier to start on a serger with a nice clean end than to finish on a serger. I'm still learning how to start and stop. Work in progress.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll get this under our foot first.
Okay.
And then we're just going to slowly drive it through until we're 1 stitch into our fabric. Just 1. That's all. And if you have to, you can use your hand wheel at the side. If you're afraid you're going to go too far, we can use the hand wheel. It's all good.
Okay. So just go.
Yeah,
one
go
stitch.
nice and slow to a 1 stitch in. Okay, you're 1 stitch in.
Looks like it to me.
Okay, so let's drop our needles down. So do you see that big round knob on the side?
This guy?
Very big.
Big one? Yep.
I hope you're holding the right one. Now roll it forward and it should drop your needles. Okay, keep going forward towards you.
Oh.
Yeah, So you always want to roll them towards, yeah? Okay.
Okay.
So, now, right here, this is called your rolled hem lever.
Okay.
We have it off right now. We want it on so it drops that finger out of there. So pull that lever towards you. Great.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Okay.
So now what you can do is actually lift up your presser foot. So that's this one.
So in the back?
Yeah, so we're just going to lift up our foot.
Okay.
Now we're going to grab our nice long tail of thread.
Okay.
And we're only going to pull it backwards
Okay.
to make sure that we release our threads off of our stitch finger. Do they feel like they're off of there?
Felt something pull.
Oh, fantastic.
So
Then
it's off.
let's gently bring them around to the front and under our foot. And we'll just leave them kind of in line with our foot now. Okay, so we will actually, before we drop our presser foot, we're going to flip that rolled hem lever back.
Okay.
Okay, because we need that to search.
Okay.
Now we'll drop our presser foot. Okay, and now gently holding, let's drive ahead a little bit. Okay, awesome. Fantastic. You can remove that clip.
Okay.
And now all this extra thread, we've actually sewn over it a ton, so it's locking it in there just wonderfully.
Okay.
You can actually throw that to the right side there, and we can let it cut it off.
Okay.
And now we're just going to drive right down that side all the way off the edge.
Alrighty.
We have a very tall table and a very short cord today.
Yeah, just gotta fix that. Kind of knocked it off there.
Ah, very good. It's sometimes hard to keep it on the little stool.
So I'm just gonna keep going forward.
Yeah, keep going forward, and we're just gonna sew right up that whole side. I like the clip just sliding along the side. They're smoothing it out for you. That was fabulous.
Oh. Oh, when it works, it works.
That's looking great. All right, and we'll just keep driving all the way off, and we'll make a nice long chain for us.
Okay. Like that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Okay.
So let's switch to our top and see where we're at, and we can see why we wanted to do that. So you can actually clip your little threads there, John.
Okay.
And we'll do a progress check. And then we'll show off your beautiful corner you made before we go out. All right. So the reason why we actually just kept driving off there is because we don't need to end super nicely there, because we're going to start really nicely and sew down this edge. So we'll do the exact same process we did up there. We'll do that right down here, and we'll sew off this edge. And then we have our open end here.
Okay.
Alrighty. So let's show off your beautiful corner. Your nice start. We'll switch to your little close-up camera. There you go. Would you like to put that up in there? So you can see all of his little thread tails were actually tucked in nicely under his stitching. So that won't unravel on him. And he did a very good job.
That'll be handy.
I was looking at his start and stop earlier. We ran through this once before because it's really different to do, especially when you're new at sewing. And it takes a little bit of practice. So we did one already today, and his start and stop honestly looked better than mine.
Oh.
What do you think? Is it pretty easy, John?
It's kind of coming to me.
Okay.
It's pretty mechanical. I've done the mechanical stuff before.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's coming to me. I think.
Old hat for him.
Yeah. Oh.
Awesome. Well, let's do that again then.
Okay. So just like before.
Yeah, so we'll get it in there. And then where are we going to stop?
One stitch in again.
Yep, fabulous. And we'll stop with our needles down.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay. You're one stitch in?
Maybe a couple stitches on that one.
That's okay. We'll make it work. So we'll just bring our needles down.
So it's gonna be
Towards, yeah?
just like before.
Yeah, perfect.
Just like that.
I love slow motion surgery work.
Or
It looks
further.
so cool. That, we just want to sink our needles in there just a little bit. Yeah. Isn't that cool how
there.
the thread slides off? Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Fantastic. Now what are you going to do?
So if I remember right, it was cross hem.
Mm-hmm. Pull that towards you. Yep.
And then lift the foot.
Yep.
Then give this a tug.
Towards the back. We don't want to pull it sideways, of course. You're doing great.
Okay.
Okay.
And round.
Mm-hmm.
Lay it in front.
Mm-hmm.
And then drop the foot.
I would do the rolled hem lever
Roll hem
first.
first.
Yeah. And now the foot.
Now the foot.
Oh, fantastic. And now you can go crazy driving.
Okay.
Fantastic.
There.
And so far, we are all dry and safe. It's pretty wet outside, though. At least it was. It might have stopped raining now. There's so much rain out there. I cannot believe it. How much rain do you have in your neighborhood, John?
We got quite a bit this morning when I left. It was lots of puddles. Everything was soaked.
Oh my goodness. Hopefully it'll start drying up soon. I know we're on a flood warning or weather watch right now.
Yeah, last I heard they did declare a state of emergency for down near the river.
But you know what rain means?
Flowers?
Sewing! It means you get away with staying inside and sewing.
That is a good way to look at it.
I think it's great.
Oh.
Alright, should we check out our progress? Let's go to our little top camera. Fantastic. Okay, so we'll just flip this that way. This way. One of the ways is right, and it's inside out, so it's throwing me off. I think it goes this way. I think that's how we started out.
I think so.
It looks upside down, but that's because it's inside out. All right. So right now we're with our pillowcase sack upside down, open end over here, and a sewn edge over here. Well, maybe we should finish off these two, and then we can keep going.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we actually have open ends right here and an open end here.
Okay.
So we're going to sew up our short sides, and then we can go to the next step.
Okay.
So I'll get you to sew that up, and we'll sew them up.
I was gonna say, do we need to flip them
Right.
inside out?
Look at you go.
Okay.
Good job, John. John almost got me making a mistake. I love that.
Yes,
All right, we'll put this one inside out too. Hand the new sewer something right side or wrong sides together, and that would be bad. We'd have to seam rip, John. All right, we're gonna.
Okay, so for this one, I can just go.
You sure can.
Okay.
You can actually chain piece these, which is really awesome. Oh, I guess we're not gonna be seeing it. So,
Nope.
what you can do on this one, I do it at home, and quilters do this too, is you just leave that one on the machine,
Okay.
and then you can do this one,
Okay.
and we can deal with them coming apart after.
Alrighty. So I can just.
And then doing it this way, it actually saves you a little bit of time from creating that long chain. John, I think you need a serger in your collection too when you get a sewing machine.
I think so, honestly. These things are a lot of fun so far.
They're pretty cool. And once you start showing knits, they really show off how neat they can be. I love them. Fantastic. Alright. Can't bring any tiny scissors over. Oh, go get the scissors. I left them at the far end.
Nope. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So then I just cut down the middle.
Yeah. I'll switch to that one. There we go. So now we have 3 inside-out pieces. I like it.
Okay.
Alrighty. So now we have to do a few things.
Okay.
We're going to have to fold these ones like little hot dogs. But we need them to be a tube still. Both of them. So we'll do it to this wide one and this skinny one. The skinny one, the easiest way to do it is kind of laying it wrong side up. Fold your seam together. And then I just kind of smush that flat so I'm having my right side out. Put my finger there. You can also use pins here to hold that into your ironing board. And then we'll just sew this into a nice tube. So this one I would definitely press. The one John is folding, you can get away without pressing it if you want to. But your finished product is going to look a lot nicer. Pressed, of course, but you can always press it after you sew it too. Whatever you like. Best part about this project is it's very free form and forgiving.
I do appreciate free form and forgiving right now. Oh.
I think you're doing an epic job, John.
So basically just like that.
Yeah, that looks great.
I definitely got the easy one though.
That's okay. It looks fantastic. You did a great job. Now we'll just keep going. We're almost through it. So, what project do you think we're going to do next, John?
For me, I still think I want to try and make a baby blanket at some point in the near future. Because some friends of mine are having their first child any day now.
That's
and
exciting.
I'm going to visit them in October, so I think coming down with a really nice handmade gift would be really cool.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. And plus, doing it that way, waiting until after she's born, I have all the information, so if I want, I can embroider a bit more about her on the blanket.
That would be so cute.
Oh.
What do you think you want to embroider on there?
I definitely want to do, like, at least her name and date of birth, I think. I don't think we need anything more than that, but definitely name and date of birth I think would be really nice to put on there.
I think that's a great idea. Wow, this is looking fantastic. Okay. Are you ready for something really cool?
Yeah.
Not that we haven't done really cool stuff already. So, normally, when you go to turn out these corners, they're kind of a pain. You, like, cut here, and then you turn it around, and you poke a little stick in there.
Okay.
Well, what happens when you poke a little stick through a hole? It makes a big hole.
Oh.
So there's actually a really, really cool technique that Anne does. It's super cool.
Okay.
You have no cutting involved. The trick is, we're going to get into it first.
Oh.
That was an interesting one. And I'm just going to gather up my fabric
Okay.
because I have small hands and I need to reach both sides. So I actually have my thumb in there.
Okay.
That's my thumb there. And this is my corner.
Okay.
So what I'm actually going to do is jam my thumb right into the corner there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to fold down one side on the seam and the other side. And then I'm going to pinch it. So this fabric is all pinched between my thumb and my pointer finger down there.
Okay.
Okay, ready? We turn it out. And we have a nice corner. Now you can actually go in there with a small object, or sometimes you can actually just get your finger up in there and straighten out the rest of it. But you can actually straighten this out after the finished completion of your pillowcase if you want. I just think it's really fun to do.
Oh.
So, what we're going to do, because I find it a little bit easier to figure out where I'm going with my pillowcase, is to turn it right side out. So now I can see where everything is going to go.
Okay.
So we wanted our name like that, right?
Yeah.
On our left-hand side and our pillowcase over here. And we need this little guy right there. So these are open edges. Open edges, open edge.
Okay.
But how do we attach them? That looks so weird.
Yeah.
All right, now for the fun part. You ready?
I think so.
There's so many layers, so it might get confusing.
Okay.
But we have clips. Lots of them. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to wrap this around here. So our cuff is going to sit right inside of this trim. Just like that. So we have trim, cuff, cuff layer, trim.
Okay.
And I like to clip these two together first and then add them to here. Just so I can see kind of how everything lays out. So we could start at the center points. So our seams match up. Let's just get all that stuff out of there. Okay, fantastic. And we'll make sure that it looks like this. So we have a trim. And I have this inside layer of my cuff too. If you miss this inside layer of your cuff, it's not gonna finish off.
Okay.
So let's give that a little clip there.
Okay.
Awesome.
There.
That's beautiful.
Okay.
All right. Now would you like to add some more clips to this?
Probably.
Just enough to kind of hold them together for us.
Okay.
And while John does that, I'm gonna sneak something else close to the frame.
Oh. One in the middle.
And one on the other side. Nice.
Nice and lined up.
Awesome. Okay, now for the confusing part.
Okay.
This is where I usually get turned around, which is why I like to clip those together first. So what we're going to do is we want this name to be touching here. So we're actually going to turn this guy inside out. Our pillowcase is still right side out.
Okay.
So we're going to turn this technically wrong side out.
Okay.
All right. We'll get all our little twists out. Okay. There we go. And now, oops, got all twisty. There we go. To make sure that we're going to attach it right, we're going to look inside, and if we see our name on this side of the fabric, we're in the right direction. Has to go this way. open end this way. Because otherwise we can't attach it. So, where'd my name go, John? Oh, there it is. There's my name. See my name there? So I'm going to actually have my name pointing upwards. Straighten that out. And we're actually just going to jam the pillowcase sack inside of there. Because we have directional fabric, so we're trying to keep it lined up. So we're just sticking our directional fabric in between all of our layers.
Of course we have directional fabric. It's beautiful and I have to be difficult.
You know, it was a really good choice for a first-time project. You got to learn the differences between working with directional and non-directional fabric, which is pretty cool. All right. Would you like to clip those together? So we're going to clip just the layers together. So we'll have one layer of our sack. We'll have our trim in there. And we'll have our cuff. So we'll clip them together all the way around in the circle. And then we're going to bring it on over to the serger again. And serge it up. And you can add as many clips as you want here. You do you. Whatever makes you feel ready to rumble. Looks like we have some new comments. Let's scroll down. Ooh, I love my L460. Using it right now on a t-shirt. Carol, that's awesome. I love using sergers on knits. I'm actually sewing up quite a few dresses at home, and my serger's been at the doctor. Max fixed it all up though, and now I gotta take him home. I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's actually really cool for me to hear that she's using it on a t-shirt, because eventually making shirts is something I want to do for myself, because working and receiving here and having to see all this really nice fabric come in is giving me a lot of ideas that I just don't know how to make real yet.
That'll be really cool though. Are you thinking you're going to make dress shirts, t-shirts?
Bit of column A, bit of column B.
Awesome. So you might need a serger in your wheelhouse and a sewing machine.
It sounds like when I move, I'm going to need a place with a nice big basement to set this all up.
I think he might. But it's also very lovely if you have an extra room on the main floor to sew in the sunshine.
Oh.
But I noticed we get bugged less when we're in the basement.
Oh.
Fantastic. That looks great. Oh, hey, Leah.
Hey, are you guys still alive?
Yeah, we sure are. We're
Hi,
just...
Internet. It looks awesome, John.
Oh.
Did you see the finished one?
Oh, that's smoking. I
Oh,
love it.
isn't it so cute?
Right?
It's awesome.
I thought I was being crazy when I picked the fabric, but
No, it's
it
glorious.
really came together, and I love it.
It's glorious. Does Mike know?
No,
No, he doesn't. It's
he has
our
no idea.
anniversary
And yeah,
tomorrow.
I totally blanked on what date it is. Tomorrow is our 9-year
Well,
anniversary.
congratulations. This is
So
a sweet little gift
this will
for
be
you.
awesome
Isn't
to
it
bring
so
home
great?
tomorrow.
Love it.
I'm so excited. All right, let's serge this together.
Okay.
So I flipped it so you're actually going to be starting on the back.
Okay.
So that if we have any boo-boos, it's okay, nobody will see it. But I don't think you're going to make a boo-boo, because I think you're awesome at this.
Okay. Now, except.
It's a tube. How do you get it in there?
Yeah.
Ah, well, let's get to our
I
close-up.
don't have a starting point.
So what we're going to do is I like to stick it in there at a 30 to 45 degree angle under our foot. It's
Okay.
going to look weird.
So kind of just.
Yep.
Kind of like that.
Just like that. Now,
Okay.
what you're going to do is you're going to come in slowly at an angle, and you're going to straighten up so you're kind of where you were with your original seams.
Okay.
Luckily, this doesn't actually line up to anything. You're just making a giant tube now, so if your seam allowance is a little bit bigger or a little smaller than your previous one, that's totally fine.
Okay.
So we're just gonna go forward and we're going to come up nice and straight. as well straight as we can.
Okay.
All right, we'll start straightening out. And now we'll just keep making sure that we are stitching through a cuff, a trim, and a sack every time. So if you have to reposition and wiggle your layers together, that's totally fine. If you feel uncomfortable doing that, you can totally add more pins. Whatever makes you feel the best for your project. I like to go rogue and use no pins, or as few as I can. I think that's maybe what John did here too. He's going rogue. I like it. But he's doing a great job. Untangle that a little bit for you. So while John keeps working around in his circle, show a fun project we're going to do tomorrow. So tomorrow I get to learn how to sew something. So I love making purses and bags. And this year I actually decided that I wanted to give away clutches to a lot of the people in my life. And this one, it looks complicated. It looks beautiful, but it's actually going to be really easy, I think. So Leah's going to teach me how to sew this on a Facebook Live tomorrow. I'm going to be making mine out of faux leather. We just got some new faux leather in the store, and I think it's going to be really cool, and I might have to keep that one for myself. Do you think I should give that away, John, or should I keep it for myself?
I think you should always keep the first one for yourself, personally.
I like that idea.
It's a nice little memento. You gotta take pride in the first one.
Fantastic. Maybe I'll do that. I picked a really cute line of fabric, actually, for the inside. It's shiny. I'll show it off tomorrow, but it's teal. And the fabric's going to be black, and I think it's going to be a really cool project. So this is the Modern Clutch by Pink Sand Beach. We'll be making our own kit tomorrow, but we do have some kits in store. We don't have this print specifically, but we do have quite a few prints online. And we also have kits where you can just get the hardware. And we have other kits where you can get just a hardware and a pattern. So take a peek. If you want to sew along with us, it's going to be really easy. We're going to do it live. And then I'll be sitting in John's spot.
Okay.
Oh, are you close to the end, John?
So that is all the way around now.
Oh no, what do we do?
Same thing as when we start. Am I just gonna swerve off, or?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Okay. So just gotta swerve the other way, and then just same as before, take it through the back, and.
Well,
Okay.
we won't take it to the back. We'll just swerve off, keep driving
Well, I
away,
mean,
and then we'll...
take the tail to the back.
Oh, yeah, totally. You're right.
Okay.
Yay! Oh my goodness. I can't wait to see this, John.
Okay.
And now, we'll go to this one. Before we give the grand reveal, we should talk about the extra little thread here. So, there's a couple things you can do with this. You can tie it in a knot, or if I pull the right one, it actually tightens up. Oh, you might not be able to see it. You also might not be able to see it. We'll put our hand under there. It's very, very hard to see. So we'll just pull that, tighten it up, and let's do the grand reveal. I think you have to do it. You have to do it, John. I can't wait. This is going to be awesome. Looks so fabulous.
Oh, wow.
That looks great.
Oh.
So we actually have him upside down right now because our little birdies are up top, but that's okay.
Because the name's on the right now, and it'll be over that way when it's actually done.
Totally.
Well, proper.
Now we have this beautiful matching set of pillowcases.
Oh.
There's one more step you could do.
Oh,
We could do it tomorrow.
what's that?
Well, there's an optional step. So right now, I actually have the seam allowance pointed this way towards our cuff.
Okay.
And then we have our little trim going this way and our cuff going that way.
Okay.
So what we could do is actually top stitch about 1/8 of an inch away from where the seam is between these two fabrics. And you can actually secure that seam allowance to your sack fabric. And then it's going to lay like beautifully flat. We might have to go hunt down some more of this beautiful purple thread.
Maybe, yeah, tie it all together.
I think so.
Oh.
Once we get it all done, friends, we'll take a picture.
Okay. Oh.
And it'll be forever with us. Well, thank you for joining us, everyone. Oh, you know what? I forgot something, John.
Oh,
What's our fabric?
our fabric is...
I wrote it down, actually.
This was Christmas Joy, was it not?
Christmas joy.
Christmas Joy.
Mm-hmm.
This was a really nice one to receive in.
Let's, there we go. It's so beautiful. I actually have a panel. There's 2 colorways of this panel, which is really cool. I'd have to stand up. Oh, it's upside down.
Upside down. Oh.
Nailed it. So it says love, peace, and joy. And it comes in red and this beautiful dark blue as well. So this is Christmas Joy. And we actually have some brand new pillowcase kits too. I think they're beautiful.
Got 3 available right at the moment.
I scooted out of the camera. I'm really good at doing that. So we have this cute pillowcase,
Some nice snowmen.
some white poinsettias,
Nice and just goes with everything.
and this one is the pillowcase kit, and it's in all batiks.
Oh.
Those are actually so wonderful to press. They iron up, especially if you starch them a little bit, just like paper.
Oh.
They are beautiful to work with.
Maybe I'll have to work with a batik sometime.
Maybe we'll make a baby blanket out of batik.
Oh.
I think you have some messages there, John.
Oh. Oh, thank you, Teresa and Patty. And yeah, I agree. I love the colors. This, the colors in this fabric was actually months ago when I first started here. This was one of the first collections I received. And as soon as I saw it, I said, I'm going to make something out of it someday. And now I have.
That day has come.
Oh.
Oh, that's so fantastic. Well, thank you for joining me, John.
Thanks for having me. It's been great.
We're gonna have to do another task where he gets to use a sewing machine.
Oh.
Well, have a fabulous day, everyone. Stay dry, stay warm. And if you enjoy watching us, give us a like, a comment.